I'm lying flat on my back in South Africa, applying for a job in London. That's where I am right now, and honestly, I think that's one of the most rose things I've ever done. I've been known to do strange things in the past, but I think this tops them all. When you're in hospital, there's a strange kind of comfort in it. People are watching over you, there's a routine. You know what's going to happen next. And I remember walking through the front door and thinking, now what? The relief was real of being home. I was so glad to be here. But there was something else underneath the relief. Something I wasn't quite expecting. A kind of quiet panic. Because at home the structure's gone. The nurses are gone, and suddenly you're responsible for your own recovery. In your own house, with your own habits, and your husband who makes the bed in a way that drives you absolutely mad. We'll come back to that. The first thing I'm going to do is show you the wound on my back. Those with sensitive stomachs, look away now. So, as you can see, I'm pretty stitched up. In fact, not stitched, but stapled. Can you believe that someone would actually staple another human being? Another thing I want to tell you, and this is the thing nobody warned me about, is that coming home doesn't mean you're better. It means you're at the very beginning of the hardest part. So let me take you through what my days actually look like right now. Because I think if you're facing surgery or you're caring for someone who is, or you've been through it yourself, you deserve the honest version, the brave version, the real one. My medical instructions are very specific. I'm allowed to sit up 3 times a day for 20 minutes at a time. Up to 30 minutes at a push, but 20 minutes to 30, 3 times a day. And I'm going to now make use of that 20 minutes. Right, here I am, making the most of my uptime. And I have to take 5 short walks every day, around my own property or just down the road, just to the short corner, not too far. Just little loops, nothing dramatic, just movement, in fact. Just reminding my body that it can still move. But I must tell you that those sitting up times of 20 to 30 minutes, let's call them 30 because I always push it to 30 anyway. You start to look forward to them. What am I going to do in my sitting up time? Well, you know what I did this morning? I asked my neighbor if I could come and visit her for coffee right next door. And it was so nice. And I got all dressed up and I went next door for coffee. I put my timer on and I had coffee with her for 30 minutes. But that's what you do. You learn to make the most of the 30 minutes you've got to sit up. Anyway, I'm using another one of those 30 minutes sitting up now talking to you. But when you've had spinal surgery, what nobody warned me about were the muscles, all those muscles around your torso that hold everything up. They've all been messed with, pulled apart, put this way and that way. I actually saw the contraption they were going to put me on for the procedure. Well, that alone is enough to give you pain for the next 6 months. And the walks. Some days feel like a small victory. They feel like the longest walk I've ever had. So if you're heading for this operation, I'm warning you. Wait for the muscle pain and don't be surprised when it happens. But the good side, the upside to it, is that it means that everything's starting to work again. And you start to feel your core again. It reminds you to hold your tummy in, and so it's actually good. But the physical part is not the hardest. Well, not for me anyway, and I think it won't be for you either. So I want to be honest with you about this. On that daybed, eating every meal on my chest, because that's how I eat. Takes some getting used to. I'm back. I've set a schedule for my day. I don't want the hours just to run into each other. So by setting up a schedule, I know when it's breakfast time and when it's walk time and then it's lie down time and it's sit up time, etc. So you get my drift. And that's been working really well for me. And it works well most days. And then other days, just out of the blue, I put my head down on the kitchen counter and I wail. I cry. Not dignified, quiet little tears, big, loud sobs. This is all new to me. You know, I'm used to being an independent woman. I look after myself and I look after those around me. And I'm quite a social butterfly and I'm here, there and everywhere. And, well, that's all changed, hasn't it? Talking about being a social butterfly, while we're on the subject, friends. When one has a procedure like I've just had, and quite a major one that sets you back, you do expect, maybe it's wrong to expect, but I think you should be able to expect certain things of certain people. I have quite a big group of friends. Apart from two of them perhaps, who have been incredible in their love and support and help, I haven't heard from the others. They haven't come in to see me, they haven't phoned me. So that's telling me that unless I'm available to go out for that glass of wine that I love enjoying with my friends or doing something fun, that I'm not really that fun to be with. I'm not saying this to be bitter, but it's given me a clarity that I never had before. I have thought on occasion, when there have been other little instances, that I'm perhaps what we'd call a party friend, which you wouldn't call somebody of my age, but you know what I mean. But it's been confirmed for me. So this is very sad, very disappointing, but at the same time so beautiful to know the ones that have been around me, the couple that have been around me, have been so sincere and so giving of their time and their positive energy, and I'm so grateful for that. Of course, in between all of this, the schedule, the crying, the whole lot, I have applied for a job. But we're going to come back to that in a minute. Now, there's two things I promised you I'd come back to. Peter in the bed and the job in London. Let's start with Peter in the bed, because that's going to be more relatable to you than any of you might even want to admit. Peter does everything for me at the moment. He does my dressings, he brings me my meals, he makes me wonderful cups of tea. He has completely rearranged his life around my recovery. And I want to say this, I'm so proud of him and I'm so grateful. But he makes the bed like an absolute disaster. Here I'm going to show you. Would any of you enjoy looking at a bed made like this every day? Obviously, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just so grateful that he's doing it. But I'm a little bit fussy about how the bed is made. Anyway, it's brought about something else in me, tolerance. Because here's something that it's shown me. It's not that he's making up the bed. He's showing up every day. The sheet is crooked, but he's there for me, and for that, I'm so grateful. Now, about the job in London. I want you to picture the scene. I've got a day bed in the lounge, which is actually just a little pound bed, actually, because I got thoroughly sick of the thought of spending my lying down time in my bedroom. Now, I have to be honest with you, I didn't tell them I was doing this from South Africa, lying flat on my back with a plate of food on my chest. Definitely not. I just thought that information wouldn't really strengthen my application. I'm sure you agree. Because here's the thing. I've never filmed a video from so many different locations and positions before. But you do understand why. What I was saying, that just because I was forced to be lying down and eating my food off a plate on my chest, it didn't mean my mind wasn't still working. It wasn't still racing, full of ideas, full of new ambitions. And I saw the job and I thought that would be exciting. So I'd apply for it, and I did. I applied for it, and I've got an interview next week. An online interview. Well, we can only hope that the interview doesn't last longer than 30 minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get a bit creative. I can't take them to my day bed with me. But we'll see. Whatever happens, I will let you know. I'll keep you in the loop. So, this has turned into a longer video than I expected it to. But I just wanted to share with you exactly where I am on day 12 after my spinal surgery, and I think that things are going really well. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about my recovery. I feel my recovery is going well. And yes, so I'll put my head down on the counter and weep every now and again. Nothing. Pick up again and off we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave me comments. I read every single one of them and I get so excited when I see a new comment. From me, as always, big hugs to you. Bye for now.